I came upon this clip on YouTube of a demonstration which I assume must be about the bombings that the combined forces have effected on Syrian airfields and chemical weapons factories, if they really were chemical weapons factories. And I can see why anyone would want to demonstrate about it if they think that was wrong, but this shows a passion for Assad approaching lunacy. I wonder what the odds are that she's a Labour supporter. And this is the face of the sort of people who are going to be governing our country if Corbyn gets in, I suspect.
So fundamentally you believe the Syrian government then over the British government on this one?
Of course.
Because this woman chooses to believe the Syrian government over her own government. Why would she do that? Well, I assume because she loathes and despises the Conservatives so much, she's prepared to believe anybody else but them. You can argue with Theresa May over her policy, but if it came to a standoff about who has more reason to lie, I'd say the weight of evidence is firmly on Assad's rather unsavoury shoulders.
Of course.
You believe Assad over Theresa May?
I do, yes.
You believe a murderer over the Prime Minister of Britain?
He's not a murderer. He's the President of a country, for God's sake.
And as we all know, presidents never lie, and they certainly never murder.
So he hasn't murdered anyone then?
No. What do you mean? Personally, no. But Theresa May gave the order to bomb Syria without anyone say so.
And what did she give orders to bomb? Some factories and airfields which would, by then, have been deserted in any case. And yet at this point, this woman here is actually foaming at the mouth. Just look at her. Look at those mad eyes. And the worst is the people behind her. I want you to pay some attention to them. Actually, do keep looking at the other people, because looking at that mad face and that foaming mouth is just too gross for words.
Is President Assad responsible for the deaths in Syria of his own people?
No, he's not. The opposition is, and Britain is, and France is, and America is.
Yeah, let's blame everybody else but Assad. And look at all those people around her, nodding their heads, bleating their agreement with her. She's a complete madwoman, and they think she's wonderful for coming out with this sort of conspiratorial, psychotic nonsense.
Is President Assad a good person?
Yes, he is! He's a very good man.
Why do I keep thinking of Monty Python? Oh yes, now I remember.
And he's a doctor, for heaven's sake.
Oh, a doctor, for heaven's sake, is he? You mean like Dr. Shipman, Dr. Crippen, or Dr. Mengele?
Do you think he goes around killing Syrian people?
Well, yes, I do, actually. Now, whether he was responsible for the deaths of those poor buggers in Ghouta, we are not sure. But what we can be sure of is that Assad has gone round killing an awful lot of his own people. I think something horrendous like 250,000 people have died in the Syrian civil war. And you can make an argument for Assad hanging on to power, in the knowledge that if he went there'd be even more chaos than if he stayed. It might happen like that. But this sort of person is not looking for that sort of an argument. What I find most disturbing about her entire attitude is the fact that she is so prepared to take on the narrative set by the political interests of some other country. and that she so loathes the country that protects and nurtures her, that apparently she can see it doing nothing but evil. Now, I'm not naive enough to think that governments always tell their people the truth and that this country will always do right. But I do know it tries to do right. And I'm not sure that anyone can say that about Assad. He's just trying to hang on to power. There is a difference. And whilst I'm aware that as she spews this sort of bile, she's doing her cause nothing but harm, still, I find her attitude unutterably depressing.